They do. They absolutely do. So what say you, Trey? I mean, you know the scandals. He played with all his controls and gadgets. He probably got like this big soundboard and all that stuff. Yeah, I know you do. I know you got something all set up in there, man. Anyway, yeah. So you know about that. We'll catch up with that later. I was looking for some general NFL news, and there's a whole lot of it. You know, we know what happened with Harrison Buckner, and we're gonna come back to him a little later about his speech. His jersey is selling like hotcakes. You know, I don't know. I heard the speech around 10 times. I still can't figure out what the man said wrong. And just a whole bunch of hyenas mad that, you know, he said, hey, listen, get your ass in the kitchen and have some babies. You know, and if you went, there was a lot of women can't stand that shit, man. And, you know, it's funny. They do both. He didn't say you can't have a career. A lot his woman did both. Anyway, Green Bay is going to be the site of the 2025 draft. I think that's not, you know, I'm sure there's not a lot of people excited about that except the people in Green Bay. Yeah. Right? I mean, who wants to go to Green Bay, man? See, I mean, it might be okay. Maybe I don't even know what their favorite food is. Mina Spitzel or some shit up there. What? Who wants to go to Green Bay?
Oh, you can go up there and get some cheese.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Cheese, right? Cheese.
About 40 flavors of cheese.
Oh man, you know,
Wisconsin, you don't see cheese everywhere.
Hey, Randy, how you doing? All right. How you feeling? She's in the back. I mean, you want to come up? You talk sports or not? I don't think she's coming up. I'll drop the link. Just let me know.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't think anybody wants to go out there. And then it's going to be in Pittsburgh. The following year, which is more exciting. Have you ever been to Pittsburgh? Well, you from Pittsburgh, aren't you, Jay? Philly.
No, I went to college in Pittsburgh.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's a nice town, man. I used to like when I traveled there. I used to like Pittsburgh.
Yeah. It's nice. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you don't tell much stories about it there, man. It's a big secret you know, out there in Pittsburgh, man. You might got some skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, right.
You know, who knows what you got going on back there, man. All right, so here's a list of the new rules. Did y'all know all the new rules? We know there's a third challenge that they're going to give everybody. Right. We know about the new kickoffs. The new reviewable plays. So they're going to say that more plays are going to be reviewable. I don't know how well that's going to work, man. Right? And some people are complaining that there's already too many damn plays that you could review. So, I mean, you think pass interference is on this? I think pass interference has to be one of them. Has to be one of them. That's the one rule they should change, by the way. I think it should just be a 15-yard penalty. And make it 20 yards if you want to, but, you know, because some people might take that penalty as opposed to let somebody catch the ball. Because 15 yards you could recover from. That's why they put it at the place of the spot of the foul. But I think sometimes that's too much of a game changer. You know? So anyway. Okay, what's this one? What's that? Banishment of the hip, the hip drop tackle. Okay, what's that, Trey Ferg? What's that?
It's almost, it's sort of like
chop block back, chop block.
It's similar to the you know how they grab you and they swing their body around to the lower part of your body to tackle you. It's almost like like the horse collar tackle, similar to that. But when they grab you, they just swing their body up under you, and it just sort of blows you out. Similar.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, man, but that's hard to do, man. How many tackles like that are there?
It's quite a few in the open field. They more so in the open field. The man go around, you grab them, then you just swing your body up under it.
Okay, man, that's going to be hard to stop, man. That's just more. I could just see more yellow flags, man.
I mean, but listen, it's the NFL. Your technique should be A1. It's all about technique, and the hip drop. You can end somebody's career with that. You swinging that 265 around on the back of their legs.
Okay.
Then what do you do?
All right. Now I'm with you. Okay. So you say it's one of those obviously, it must be dangerous
Yeah, it's a
if they're
dangerous
willing
tactic.
to penalize it like that. Yeah. So I'm with you. All right. So what else is on that list that seems interesting?
Yeah. Well, what's the emergency QBs?
Oh, they're giving you an extra player.
Yeah,
He's got to be a quarterback. I think that's what that means.
yeah, you can
Oh,
have at
okay.
least 3 quarterbacks on your roster, or you'd be able to call up another quarterback in the case. They trying to avoid what happened, I think, at was San Fran a few years ago. You know,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
they look out for certain teams, so
Yeah.
they do that.
Yeah. All right. So the trade deadline was moved.
Was it
I don't
moved
know.
back?
See, that's why they didn't say. I would imagine it's moved back to give people more time, right? It doesn't make sense to move it forward, right?
Yeah,
At least I don't think so. So they probably moved that back. And declaring players who did not travel. I don't know what that means. That means that's all they put down there. I guess if somebody doesn't travel with the team, you have to declare
yeah,
beforehand, probably
yeah,
for betting purposes.
yeah. Pretty much. That's all it is.
Pretty much.
That's all it is. Betting purposes.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, listen, the great old NBA talk, man. You got anything else on football, gentlemen?
Nah,
No.
man. I saw your list of those skipping involuntary OTAs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's that list?
See,
Take me
that's
to
just
this.
involuntary. It's not mandatory. You
Right.
know.
Yeah, but but there's some big names who like to skip OTAs, or because especially when you're a veteran, you say to yourself, you really don't need them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you got your whole other part of your life. You probably invest in money. You probably got things going. You say, listen, I need as much time off before we get into the grind of the season.
Yeah.
And this is especially if you stay in relative good shape.
Yeah.
If you're out of shape, you're going to need the OTAs to help you get back into shape because it's the training camp when it's open to I don't think that's enough time.
Yeah. Arpane, didn't Aaron Donald retire, or is he sort of? I think he
But they had
retired.
him on the list. They had him on the list. But I heard he did retire. And you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I think he did retire.
Yeah. So they didn't update this document. I
They
didn't look at
hoping
it.
that he come back. That's all. They gonna keep
Yeah.
running for the
If we
season.
put your name on, no wonder he's not at the OTAs. He's retired. Yeah. Yeah. Lamar Jackson, you know what, man? The Baltimore Ravens, during the regular season, they're going to open against Kansas City, by the way.
Opening
And
day.
but yeah, they're going to open against Kansas City. And that's surprising. I thought they used to play the championship guys play each other. But they're a good regular season team. So you could always expect them to win 10, 12 games.
Mm-hmm.
It's really the playoffs that matters for these guys, man. It really does. I'm starting to sound like everybody else, man. You got to do it in the playoffs.
Lamar
So
lost some weight too.
did he?
Yeah, he lost some weight so he can be more agile. So he said,
That's cool. All right. Did y'all see the game last night between Boston and Indiana?
Yeah.
The people in Boston are cheering, and everybody else around the country is saying that was like a Duke game. All the calls. They had 30 free throws, and Boston and Indiana had 10. Talk about being the evil step cousin's son to the favorite guys. I don't see how you can only have 10 free throws and the other team has 30.
but they still had a chance to win. They started making mistakes down the end.
Of course, they had the chance to win. I think that makes it worse. And then they didn't have nothing else. They didn't have nothing left for overtime.
No.
So, hey, but you know what? When Pascal Siakam, when he hit that ball out of bounds, he got pushed.
Yeah.
That was a foul. Well, I don't know. We don't have to talk about it. I'm gonna show you guys.
Home court advantage, Arpane. Home court advantage.
That was a foul.
They don't see it. They don't see it when it's home.
Yeah. You could not see it all you want, man. But that was a foul, man. So let me get it to.
This is all Drew Holiday right here. One of the best
Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame.
Tyrese Albert. Albert Kinsey was. White continues down the lane, up to Tatum. Sidestep, three-pointer, puts it up. Back.
Did I pass it?
Now we go to the backcourt, quickly gets it to Holiday. Holiday back to the White.
No, I passed. This overtime.
Oh,
His hand.
I want to show this thing.
That can hurt you as a grade. See a lot of guys guarding inside.
Not that one either. I had it down. Let me get the. There we go.
And 5 here in the fourth quarter.
yes.
We still have a timeout if they can't get it in. Edwards looking.
There it is.
Looking.
And he pushed him. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it one more time. Watch. Watch those.
Here in the fourth quarter. They still have a timeout if they can't get it in. Edwards looking.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a foul, man. He pushed his ass out of bounds.
Yeah, he pushed him. But hey, like my man said, home field advantage.
It was home cooking, man.
Home field
Home
advantage.
cooking, big time, man. I said, wait a minute. I mean, they pushed his ass. I said, how could they not call that? Oh, man.
Too close of a call.
No, I mean, when they pushed my man Siakam out of bounds. All right, so this was moving on. Let's let you add something else on that game. That was a good game. So that was the first game. We got a game tonight on the other side. So who you got in the next? Who you got in the Mavericks Minnesota series?
I think I'm gonna have to take Minnesota just because of the height advantage, and they're gonna they go outman Dallas.
Hey man, it's who's been silent or Z Hurt or what is he got traded to the Celtics. I keep forgetting about that. I was thinking, and so Jalen, what do you think about Jalen Rose warning the American players, get your shit together because the Europeans are coming? Now we've been saying this for years though.
He's right.
So okay.
I want to get right to this because this is
I'm going to show the first 2 minutes of this.
Stuff out there. We talked last week about why American NBA players or ex-NBA players seem to be going after the international guys. And sure enough, yesterday, this wasn't really going after him. This was just stating a matter of fact. But Evan Turner, who I will read about what he said in a moment. But Jalen Rose, Rob, who of course was a very good player, member of the iconic Fab Five, and has done some good broadcasting over the years too. He tweeted this out yesterday, Rob. Dear U.S.-born players, put in that work tirelessly and show discipline. Otherwise, NBA jobs are becoming extinct. If that isn't a shout out to the international takeover, I don't know what is. And this is a little different. This is more of a shot. We'll spend more time talking about Jalen and what he said, Rob. But Evan Turner, who played 10 years in the NBA, was a solid player. Was not what he was supposed to be, right? Coming out of Ohio State. He was really a top player coming into that draft. Was actually the second pick overall in 2010, but had a decent NBA career. Here's what he said after the Nuggets lost to the Timberwolves. And obviously the Nuggets, Rob, were led, their best two players international. Nikola Jokic, of course, of Serbia, and Jamal Murray of Canada. And the top player for Minnesota, top two players, were American in Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns.
But it's not like they don't have any international play. It's not.
Rudy Gobert is out their third best player.
Right. I was going to say, okay, let's not make him.
But you know what? That's why they're looking at them more as the Americans. Anyway, here's what. Did you see this, Rob? What Evan Turner posted on X?
No. I just saw the Jalen Rose stuff.
Yeah, here's what Evan said. I sound like a hater, but I don't want to see Jokic play another game. It's like watching baseball. know that was thick under your craw.
Yeah, watching Evan Turner in his career was like watching baseball. How's that?
Let's stop that right there. Okay, so let's get into the conversation. All right, is Jalen Rose correct? And let me preface this question: is Jalen Rose correct? Precisely because the foreign players have been coming to the NBA for years now. It's got to be over 20 years. That's one. And two, the fact that basketball is a worldwide sport. The NBA is pulling money in from around the world, not just America. So if I'm an American-born player, I just need to have competition because that's why my salary is so high. So you can't bite the hand that feeds you. You either want to make the kind of money you make by competing against the world or you don't. What say you guys? Yes, sir.
Listen, that has nothing to do with competition. Nothing. It's all about behavior. It's all about behavior. The NBA, listen, the NBA can make that mistake if they want to. They will lose millions of fans. They will lose millions of fans.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I would hope that, let's just say, because what they really doing, and this is just not within basketball, they're doing it in baseball, they do it everywhere. They're taking those sports to these countries and allowing those youth to have a fair shot, because you see the likes of Giannis, Jokers, this guy's 6'10" now all over the world. Mm-hmm. So they introducing them to the game early. And at some point in those countries, you understand, they're allowed to play professional as teenagers because that's all they got. So if I'm 16, 6'9", 6'10", I can dunk, I can dribble, I can shoot. By the time I'm 19, 20, more than likely, I'm a first-round pick because I'm one of the only standouts in that country. So the NBA is going to bring me in, and I'm going to take a spot. American player coming out of America, coming from the worst conditions, so they always try to make it seem. My head may not be on straight. I may want to be a Ja Morant. So here's a guy who's coming in more disciplined. We don't have to police him all every weekend. He ain't at the strip club. He's playing ball. It's less hassle. But the NBA can make that mistake. They're going to almost it'd probably be 500 black people watching the NBA. But brothers can go out and play in these parks and charge $5 and get the same type of money for real. So,
oh, I hear you, man. I have to push back a little bit, but Dre, what you got, Andre? You got something on that?
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I agree with what Jalen's saying, because I think the NBA has always been trying to push for this this worldwide league. They want a lot of players from other countries. Not just Europe, but all over the place.
All over. It's like Africa, coming into the big Canada.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's right. I think he has a point, and American players should.
So, but what about the behavior part? See, now the behavior of the American players is not necessarily because it's bad behavior. They're all divas. They got diva-ish behavior. They're the only ones who ushered in that damn load management, and I don't give a shit about the fans and all this kind of stuff. But isn't it a catch-22 for both of y'all? Because if the NBA turns all European, a lot of Americans are gonna stop watching as well. So we're talking about, it's one of those balances that has to happen. And that's what I think. The balance is good. The foreign players who come to the NBA are usually the best players. So they live pretty well in the NBA. They're always going to be in the top echelon of the game. That's why in the All-Star game, they have to change the All-Star game to the American-born against the foreign-born players. They have to do it. That's the only way to save the All-Star game itself. The All-Star weekend has some other things they can do, but the All-Star game has to be international against America. Has to be.
Yeah, I mean that might happen eventually.
It has to happen next year.
Our pain.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Jay. I know you don't like it. Go ahead.
No. I just thought of something else.
Go ahead. What's up?
With the influx of more foreign citizens,
okay,
why would it not be more foreign players? Because they're going to ask for that. Now it's going to be, I think they're only going to be able to come into football. It's going to be more soccer teams added. They're going to try to add more some sports, but no football because they can't take that. But basketball,
but these are South American. Yeah, how many South American players are there?
You talking Israel, you talking Ukraine. All of those people are now available to come to the United States.
But that's okay if they could play. I don't think that's an issue. I think that AAU is doing the fundamentals of American basketball disservice because it's all about scoring and all that. Who's fancier than who?
Yeah.
So the regular pick and roll and all that stuff. Yeah. So there's some people who hate the AAU, but this is a good question. So Jalen Rose's warning is timely.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're on your game. And you really want to work, because I think the brothers could be up to the challenge. I think we always are. But they have to recognize that there's a challenge first, and we need to have stupid people stop talking about the foreign players, because the Joker is a fantastic player. And if you like basketball, how could you not like his game? You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's stop the cap. His game is superb. All right. Okay. Did y'all guys see this press conference? This press conference was. I'm gonna try to hit it right on the button, man. The guy asked these guys a question. It's funny as hell, man. So did y'all see this? I don't know if y'all saw it or not.
Yeah. I saw clips from it.
Yeah. Let me get to
that team and what they do best. So for both of you guys, what does it mean to go back to talk? Kind of serious. We played Timberwolves. We were down 20. That wasn't Timberwolves. Oh, that played Timberwolves. That's one of you guys. And usually in NBA history, it says you have to lose big before you win. What is it about this team that says we lost last year? Yeah, that's different. You have to lose at a bigger stage. Usually, teams. It's the playoffs. We lost last year. We lost the last 2 years. What makes you guys believe that you guys don't have to wait any longer? That if you pass the second round isn't the goal, but you guys can.
That first part was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Okay, now they're getting serious. The first part, because it's kind of a dumb question, right? He said we've been getting our ass kicked. What you talking about? How much more do we gotta lose? I like the way he said, "God damn."
Yeah.
God damn. What you talking about? That is funny, man.
Yeah.
That is funny. All right, the face. Now, this is what's refreshing about the NBA, right? The semifinals and the finals, we got some fresh new faces, correct?
Yeah.
And so that's the future. But guess what? Two of them, well, it's Halliburton from America.
I think he might be from Canada.
Right. So you got two. Yeah, just all the light skinned brothers. Trey, that's why you like these guys, Trey. They're all light skinned, man. That's why
Well, you're a colorist now, and I'm paying you. I ain't think you'd ever be a colorist, man.
That's right, man. No wonder you take it up for him, man.
You just like Anthony Edwards because he's dark skinned. See what I'm saying?
It's funny, man. Hey, man. That next level MF, what's going on? It's Trey Ferg. You got some guys coming with you. That's cool, man. I appreciate that. Listen, yeah, I think Halliburton might be from Canada. So we got four young boys, but two of them are from foreign lands. But that's secondary. The most important thing that fresh faces is no LeBron. I think there's a move trying to say, LeBron, it's time for you to go, so the NBA can flourish and blossom with the new stars. We're not talking about you no more. We want to talk about the young boys. So you think so? What do you think about that?
I mean, LeBron had his 20-year stint, and these young guys, they can ball. I mean, you got to give them credit. They gave LeBron credit. He lived up to it. He set all the records. Now it's a new wave of young stars that, shit, they got fresher legs, man. You can sit on LeBron James's dunks now. He like, shit.
Yeah.
It's just going in with a one-hander. But these guys, they can ball.
They could ball. It's fresh. We gotta let these guys become stars, man. I'm upset, but my Knicks got their butts whipped so bad. But this is good. I think this is good for the NBA. Yeah, so I'm going to be one of the only sports shows who's brave enough and dynamic enough to actually talk about the WNBA. Nobody told you. You'll never find this on PTI. Partner, you find it right here on the swivel at the sports bar. We're going to talk about the lovely ladies of the WNBA. Just a little bit. So here's the supposedly we're trying to usher in the new faces of the WNBA. Real feminine women who could play sports. That's what they need. Nobody needs to see the big 7-foot dude walking around, going to Russia with drugs in a damn purse. Right? So they need this. And this girl, Cameron Brink, first of all, she's friendly, and her and Reese get along pretty well. They were hamming it up at the daggone, I think it was the draft. They were hamming it up big time. And the rest of them, of course, Caitlin Clark is the Messiah. She's having a tough time. There's too much pressure on her. Anybody have any thoughts on and there's a couple of other ladies too. I didn't want to fill up the sheet. Any thoughts on the WNBA, and can they help pull this shit off?
Yeah, they can have Caitlin Clark. She's already signed. She signed with, who was that?
No, I'm talking about making a WNBA. I know they're getting endorsements.
Yeah.
They're making money.
Yeah.
But can they bring more? I mean, they're all rich. Every time she plays, she's filling up arenas around the country.
Yeah.
But it's just her, and that's not going to last for years. Right? So everybody else. Angel Reese had a pretty damn good game just the last game she played when they won. I think they might have won. And this girl here, this other sister, Jackson, she's pretty nice, man. She's pretty nice. Got a nice little chocolate thing going on. And then you said that kind of emphatically there, Andre.
What?
That was a pretty strong
No,
it was a pretty anyway, but what I'm saying is they have to. This is marketing, right? Women gotta kind of lean into. We're not saying be sexualized, but marketing, because I think you want to draw not only more men, you want to draw more women who want to see more feminine women play ball, and obviously with Caitlin, you want to bring more eyes with white people who spend money on tickets.
right.
I mean, that's just the way it is. Black people will try to find what channel the shit's on. That's what we do. Hey, what channel is it on? I want to see. Okay, so here's the early standings. So I'm gonna start adding this to the list. I'm always update the standings every so often, maybe every week. So enough change. Looks like the Liberty is looking good. So, and then the Sky has one win, and Caitlin's team hasn't won yet. So
Yeah,
that's
they came close the other night, but
she had a turnover.
Yeah,
she
injured her ankle too, so she may not.
Did she?
May not play.
Nah, man. If it's not really that bad, she's gonna dust herself off, man. The chick is on
they
a
say
mission.
she should play, but you never know with ankles.
All right, so we don't have to hit baseball. Just the standings are updated. Hockey, here's they're going into the semifinals as well. I don't think they've played a game yet. Tonight they start the semifinal round. The Rangers are still alive, so that's my New York team. And so that's that. My brother watches a lot of hockey, but he's out in Milwaukee, so he's a big hockey fan. All right, so we're coming down to the home stretch, and we hit any other things on the stuff we passed by. I got around 3 or 4 slides before we get to the other stuff. Still sports related, but it's outside of the leagues. All right, I want to play some of this guy's thing. All right, it's just a few minutes recapping my man Butker's noble speech. Right, and I put that up there because I am. He's got a new fan in this man right here. And who knew that a kicker could change the world, right? So I'm a go ahead to his so-called controversial statement, which wasn't a controversial statement at all, if you ask me. And then I'll move it forward to so this is what he said to the women. Let me get it.
In this era of human existence, in the small ways, by living out your vocation, you will ensure that God's church continues and the world is enlightened by your example. For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now across the stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation. I'm beyond blessed with the many talents God has given me, but it cannot be overstated that all of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class back in middle school.
There you go, brother. Go ahead, cry. Let it out, man. Let it out.
Become my wife and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
Now, these are mostly women clapping. They ain't these hyenas on TV. Ain't all those people who said that, he's doing this, he's a misogynist and all that. I had a back and forth with one of my relatives on this one. I think I won that argument with her when I told her, it says, I have never heard a woman say that who loves her children say that she's more happy and gratified with a new degree or another directive from their boss. I never heard a woman say that was more gratifying than raising their children. And then she didn't have anything to say after that because she's the most loving mother in the whole world. And she got a job. I said, what did this man say? That's so wrong. Now, this is what he said to the dudes.
I'm here today. Part of what plagues our society is this lie that has been told to you that men are not necessary in the home or in our communities. As men, we set the tone of the culture. And when that is absent, disorder, dysfunction, and chaos set in.
Absolutely.
This absence of men in the home is what plays a large role in the violence we see all around the nation. Other countries do not have nearly the same absentee father rates as we find here in the US, and a correlation can be made in their drastically lower violence rates as well. Be unapologetic in your masculinity, fighting against the cultural emasculation of men. Do hard things. Never settle for what is easy. You might have a talent that you don't necessarily enjoy, but if it glorifies God, maybe you should lean into that over something that you might think suits you better. I speak from experience as an introvert who now finds myself as an amateur public speaker and an entrepreneur, something I never thought I'd be when I received my industrial engineering degree. The road ahead is bright. Things are changing, society is shifting, and people young and old are embracing tradition. Not only has it been...
That's what I want to say. So what say you guys on that? Yeah, any input? Anybody? Go ahead. Anybody first. Go ahead, speak. First of all, what you eat your dinner? What you got? Steak dinner over there, Trey? Andre, what you got, man? I don't know. Did you hear me? I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah, I heard you.
Nothing. No commentary. Okay.
I'll say this, and I'll just speak from what he said to the man. I think this speech would go great with Congress. What is that? The Judiciary Committee because
the hyenas were going after each other or what? Well, what do you mean?
I mean, as far as, he spoke this message to men, which men understand this already, that the importance of a father being involved. They understand it. It's just that men can't get a voice within the masses because our voice, one, doesn't speak for one voice, and the women are always going to cheer louder for the opposite because they know that when they speak loudest, they can get the things that they want. They desire the freedom to be able to go out, have their fun, then circle back. But if man would take a stand like he's saying and understand that, I won't give it, I'm more valuable, you know what I'm saying, than
Yeah, but
just
what does that what if okay, but what does that's not gonna stop women from doing what they want to do.
no, it's not. It's not gonna stop. But you as an individual man have to take that to your own life. You have to you got to understand that if you have a child, it's important to be in the child's life, right? Now, regardless of whether the woman wants you there, then there are things that you can do to sort of have an opportunity.
Yeah, the
And you
first thing
can't
is
wait.
don't give a baby to a woman that you don't want to be with.
There you go.
And that don't want to be with you. That's really the only real solution,
Yeah.
right?
Or you can take what a lot of people don't want to do. If it
What's
say
that?
the baby's here, now you have no choice but to go the legal route to try to push that.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Men should do everything legally that they can do to be in their kid's life, whether it's take the kid or not. So, and then we have arguments about it all the time. But the real issue is, shouldn't be giving a woman a
Yeah.
baby that you don't want to be with. We should start there. Then everything else is just a variation on the theme. I listen. The women who came out after him, I saw this young lady on this show called The Hill, and she was talking to another young lady. One was a feminist who was 28 years old on her way to destruction, and the other one was a lady who understood that he didn't say anything wrong. He just said, "Hey, listen, he's in a real strict Catholic school in a Catholic environment. He got a standing ovation after his speech was over, and nobody had to be nice to do that. I think it was a lot of women there, probably more women in there than men, and they didn't have any issue that I know of with his speech. I think all the hyenas out there just anything that men say that doesn't go along with that crazy ass narrative, they can't handle. Anyway, so that's that. So I thought that was a good speech. I thought he was brave because he knew he was going to get a backlash. If he didn't, he knows now. And the city government of Kansas City doxed him. Somebody in that office put out his not home address, but his hometown. So you don't live in it. This is the town he lives in. So it was, and some people say it was a black woman, but I don't think that could be verified. But I don't know if I'd be surprised, right? So that was crazy. Actually doxed the man. So and then the AG came out and said, "Listen, if anything happens to him, I'm coming after everybody."
Mm-hmm.
So all right. So Grambling State, there's another one on. I found this. The first in history of quadruple double from a young sister from Grambling State. And her name is, what's that, Shakayla?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shakayla
Hill. And that's a pretty impressive stat right there.
Mm-hmm.
She looked like see, these are the kind of women we got to get into the WNBA. Because competition is competition, new, fresh faces. She looks pretty. She got a little bit of, she got some muscle tone to her, which is cool. And I don't know, man. I don't know with this whole Reese, Caitlin Clark, the other chick that I just showed, all these ladies coming into WNBA, I may actually watch some games. I may actually watch some games. I swear.
For the most part, they're bringing some feminists.
That's what I'm talking about.
They're more feminine. Caitlin Clark, suspect. They're not going.
No, she's straight because they all have to declare, right? She's just not a great looking woman.
But listen, this young lady. Listen, shout out to Grambling State, man. Listen, man, they don't get a lot of pub.
Of course not.
And if they got somebody that can ball like this, she looked like she's real young, probably a freshman, sophomore.
Could be.
But if she plays out her college career, similar to this, 15 points, 8, 9 rebounds, 6, 7, 8 assists. That's WNBA worthy all day. All day,
Hey,
first round, top 10.
hey, let's get it on, man. So I just wanted to say that, I'm out there looking for some good stuff to put up here. And when I saw this, I said, you know what? I got to throw this out to the fellas. What's happening? Because I don't know how big, of course, black college, HBCUs, of course, they look down on their sports and athletic and say it's not competition. But I don't believe that's true when it comes to basketball.
Not at
All
all.
right.
Shout out to the HBCUs, baby.
Yeah. Yep. Shout out. Okay. So the city of Las Vegas, in keeping with, the Goodfellas and all that shit, decided that they want to gift or give $100,000 to every player on the Aces team. Right? And out of taxpayers' money. And the WNBA, in their infinite stupidity, wants to investigate why and where this money is coming from and why they're giving it to all these women. Now, these women are all cackling hens about how much they ain't getting paid. And so now that they have a gift coming to them from the city of Vegas, the NBA, WNBA is trying to find ways to take the money away. They can't take it away because there'll be a goddamn mutiny. The money's already spent. So it's interesting. So what do you guys think about that?
And shout out to the city of Las Vegas, man. Get the money up. Shit. Take it from somebody's fund. Give these women the money. I'll say it like this. I think it's good. And, I hope Las Vegas set a trend to, the champions should get a nice bonus. They champions. So they're already playing for peanuts, so-called, during the season. Go and give them a fat little bonus, man. Why not? Hell,
it's an investment.
These dudes getting $4 million to sit on the bench and shit. Hell, I can give me $500,000. I go over and wave a towel and shit and keep your seat warm.
No doubt, man. It's an investment, right? It's an investment. And let's just say there's 15 players. I don't think it's that much. I think it's 12, but let's just say it's 15. That's $1.5 million. The city loses that money in bookkeeping, right? So if I had to invest that in keeping my players on the Aces, keeping them happy, pumping them up, that's a small price to pay, considering all the waste that government money goes to. Oh, I got somebody in the private chat there. I didn't even see that. Oh, Andre said he got to go. All right. He left. All right. Yeah, so we bringing it down. We bringing it down. Oh, did you see any of the fight, Trey Ferg? Let me just show a little bit of this fight this weekend. What you doing over there, brother? You should you chopping in your chat? Did you see this fight? It's coming up. I'm gonna ask you a question coming up soon. All right, look at this. Right, it's coming here. Watch this. And you gotta tell me what you think should have happened.
Receptionist saves it. Guaranteed. Good job by the referee, though. He realized the match. Wow.
All right, so let's stop that right there. So let me tell you, why didn't the referee stop the fight? And was he right not to?
Yeah, I think he was right not to, because Tyson Fury, he does this even when he's winning the fight. You know, he plays like he's hurt even when he's winning the fight, and he's
But he
proven
has a
it.
reputation of being able to recover on his feet even when he looks bad, especially after everybody saw that knockdown by the brother.
Yeah,
I thought he was gone, and he got up to win the fight. So the ref gave him the benefit of the doubt. But
yeah,
I think that was his worst round, and that's what lost him the split decision.
yeah. Didn't he get saved by the bell in that round too?
Yeah, I think so. All I saw was that round, but I think that's the round that swayed. It was a split decision. He won one of the score. He won on one of the scorecards.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know,
Brother Bennett had him to win the fight because he saw how good of a shape he was in for this fight. He was in his best shape. He was like, man, I thought he was gonna win the fight because he was looking good.
buddy, man.
But
No, it didn't work out that way. Of course, I took him off. We still got a couple of fights. The Bedev and Bivol fight should be a really good fight, man. Deontay Wilder, who I think is washed up, I got him losing that fight against Zhang. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and then of course Medernov against Crawford. You know, that's later on in the summer. But other than that, man, that's it. There's a copyright fair use for all the stuff we saw. And hey, listen, that's the end of the thing, man. So is the sports show still on the other channel?
oh yeah,
Today?
we'll be on at 8:00.
All right, man. So listen, this is my 25th episode.
That's pretty good, man.
So I've been like every week doing this. What I need to do is really put on the pressure to start getting people to come to the channel so we can have an audience when we're up here. So I appreciate you coming in. I don't really market. I haven't really been on a marketing campaign the way I should be. I mean, I got the BMU channel. Even when I'm on his channel, I don't really beef up my own,
Yeah.
I got a few, and I should. I mean, I should. I mean, I think I have the leeway to do that. I have, I got, some subscribers coming in and stuff like that. But
I said you do a lot. I mean, you got your show. You do a lot, man. I saw you. I think you was on a panel last night with real. What's that? Real Precious.
Oh yeah, I'm on with Real Precious every Monday night.
I've been missing that, man.
Yeah, she's on at 9 after my show. I go over to her show on Mondays. She's not having one on this weekend, but me and what's her name? Grace. Let me end this stream. Hey, good night, everybody who's out there on this Full After Sports. But let me end the stream for a second. I know you got to go soon. So